It's a rainy day outside. I'm done with work for the day. So why not hop into a little SnowRunner and see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Because it's always about the trouble. Now, because they just announced the second stage of the downloadable content will be coming out in November, I've already completed the game 100%, so I've got nothing left to do. So what I will do is jump in other people's games. And I will see if I can find a game that is at a fairly early stage and kind of go from there. And see what happens. Alright, so we've got Black River, but just because it's the starting zone doesn't exactly mean somebody's early on. So let's get to the map here. Alright. Although Smithville, there's some stuff to do. Any contracts? They apparently did most of the regular contracts, but because multiplayer games, the host of the game has to be the one to turn the contract on. This makes it somewhat difficult. Drummond Island. Yeah, they get the P16. They've done most of that. Island Lake, most of this. So yeah, these guys have accomplished most of that. So what we'll do is we'll back out and then we'll jump back in and we'll see if we can find another game. And the unfortunate thing about this is there's no way to pick. There's no way to choose. I could be in Lake Coved, or I could be in Michigan. I could be anywhere. But, you know, I could also wind up with any particular cast of characters, whether they be Texans, Australians, people from Saudi Arabia. We're actually quite a delightful bunch as well. And also this one is looking like most of the stuff is also accomplished. So let's see if we can back out and try again. So it just takes a couple of times. And then we'll get to a point where we can in fact begin doing stuff. Just gotta find the right game, basically. Black River again. Black River's okay. I like Black River. It's actually a pretty decent starting map area. Alright, so this guy... See, he's opened up all this stuff. Let's get his P16. not got the twin steer yet. It's actually quite a bit of stuff he can be doing here. You know, why don't... Ooh. Western White Star. That's one of my favorite trucks to go and get. Also, we can clear that real quick. Hungry workers, that's an easy one. Alright, let's jump into Smithville Dam over here. Actually, one of my favorite activities to do is get the Western White Star, which here it is displayed right here, right up against the dam. Okay, which truck do we want to use? Okay, this thing's got some serious pulling power. And its short wheelbase actually allows it to get around pretty decently. Now, one of the things we do have to be careful of in multiplayer games, there's no chat feature. So I have no idea what this guy wants or may need. Let's see if he's actually got any of these open. There's a bunch of stuff that's available, but it's not been enabled. So let's give it hell. This particular Freightliner has quickly become one of my more favorite trucks ever since they fixed the steering, because it had this nasty habit of, if you would turn one direction with the control joystick and then adjust to that same direction again, it wouldn't go in the direction that you wanted it to go. It would then slingshot full lock in the complete opposite direction, typically throwing you off the trail or putting you in catastrophic danger and basically nullifying any use of the truck whatsoever. The only drawback is this truck is a little weird on how it's weighted. But then again, it's got such a short wheelbase that, what can you do? So I am avidly looking forward to the next chunk of downloadable content, which is some kind of, I think they called it the Kodiak map or some kind of Canadian map. And there's apparently quite a bit to do, other than the fact that it's an entire new region, which is very exciting. It also brings with it 3 additional trucks and a host of new features and functions. And then the big thing everybody seems to be complaining about is, when are they going to get the mods on the console? Which I don't care. It personally doesn't bother me, because I bought the game without even realizing that mods on the console were going to be a thing. Unlike a lot of stuff that, I don't know, Bethesda typically does with their mod library, which is very hit or miss at best. Although I'm on the PlayStation, so they never really did it right for the PlayStation. Xbox, they have a significantly larger library of mods, and the PC, you can, you know, we're not even going to get into that. And you know exactly why, those of you who play on the PC. I don't even want to talk to you people. Arrogant jerks. Look at me, I can do anything. I can edit the lines of code in this file here. Yeah, thanks for that. That's real nice. Okay, so what we're doing is getting to the White Western Star right here. And we have to deliver it to the parking area, which is basically up by the garage. Now, the slightly difficult thing about this is the truck has, I think all the tires are flat, and as it's sitting there trying to move along, it's flashing its little out of fuel beacon doodad. But whatever. We use the truck that we're using because it's got quite a bit of pulling power. That White Western Star is your just classic big truck with the long hood tapering down, the upright grille. It's actually a really visually cool truck. Now, I like using this Peterbilt to get up that mountain area because while I could use other trucks that are significantly more powerful, they tend to be larger and they don't like to fit up the trail nearly as well. So usually I can make this in one go right here, but for whatever reason, kind of just... Oop, there we go. It's been caught on something. Because if we dig down into the mud, then it makes it impossible to make any forward momentum. It's kind of like if I hit McDonald's and I get a 40-piece chicken nugget. I find it very hard to make any kind of forward momentum. Well, the only kind of forward momentum there's going to be is nugget to barbecue sauce to face. That's really about it. Alright, so we're going to cinch up the winch cable here, because the most difficult thing is this little kind of couple of rocks that are coming up here, which is right there. So the White Western Star behind me has to get through just right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of move it over to that one. Okay. Where a lot of other trucks might have an issue kind of getting through here, this guy kind of snakes through good, and he's got the short wheelbase to be able to kind of maneuver around. But what we have is it's getting hung up on that little guy right there. Okay. Cinch the cable up a little bit more. Just got to get it kind of around that little... That's right, come on. See, I could go and I could put some fuel in that thing, but the motor's broke, the transmission's broke, the fuel tanks do not hold any fuel, so any fuel I put in there, it will begin to just puke the fuel right out of it. This truck's also got some of the nicer reverse lights on it. And it's all, see? It's all luck of the draw on how that bad boy gets through there. I used to use the Tuz, the 420, the big amphibious tank-looking thing. And while that has an incredible amount of pulling power, it's slow, which isn't a big deal, especially when coming up through here. What typically tends to happen is when you get the Western White Star hung up between those two rocks and the Tuz is trying to go up the hill, it pulls the drive wheels off the ground, so you no longer have any ability to drive or steer. And when you go straight up that hill, it runs you right into a tree. So then you have to try to somehow back down, then back up. Then back down, then back up. Let me see something real quick. Okay. That service trailer's still there, which is good because I'm going to use that later. Actually, did that? Yeah, see? He never fixed the bridge right there either. And conveniently enough, there's the stuff to fix it right there on that trailer. But, you know, how would you know? I know because I've done this probably a million times. Ooh, Drown Heavy Truck. That means he got either the, what was it, the GMC or the C70. No, C70, because that's a, wait, was it highway or heavy? Whatever. He either pulled a GMC or a Chevy out of some muck. Which is good. I like the C70. It's so much better now with the full setup that you can get. Differential lock, all-wheel drive, lift kit. But it's kind of weird when you put a saddle-type hitch on the back because of where it's located over the... It's not really over the axle. It's behind the axle. So anything with any great amount of weight will actually pick the front wheels of the C70 off of the ground. Although, if you have enough 40-piece Chicken McNuggets, that may solve that problem. And it's terrible because really, you know, I want some chicken nuggets right now. You know, I like McDonald's chicken nuggets, but Wendy's kind of does them a little bit better. They sort of taste a little bit better. But you cannot dispute the fact that McDonald's fries are in fact #1, and I will fight you tooth and nail on that particular statement. All right, White Western Star, we gotcha. So now I need something that's going to carry cargo. I don't want to take this guy, so we can do hungry workers. Then we can do cross the river, which, you know, boop, put you right there. Tool delivery. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to do. Get that bridge built right there. Get those little boulders all taken care of. Okay, which truck do we want to use? Okay, Azov, this guy's like cheating. Taiga, that's like cheating. This has no cargo capacity, and I don't want to tow a trailer. That I could put a single slot flatbed on. I can use the C70. This thing's like cheating, although it's slower than dog snot. Twin steer. Twin steer's fun because it's so unpredictable. Actually, you know what? Because we just rescued a White Western Star, let's make use of it. Make sure we get all the goodies. Alright, I keep the stock air filter because I hate how this looks. It looks like garbage. If you put this thing on this truck, you are trash. I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion. You're probably not trash. That's, you know, that's kind of harsh. How about we just get rid of those beacons, because I hate beacons and they're kind of annoying. Alright, let's get at it. So, engageable all-wheel drive, engageable differential lock, no access to mud tires, off-road tires, or no, all-terrain tires only, besides highway tires and chain tires. This truck actually also makes a really good crane truck as well. And this is one of the ones that you can get with the goofy custom paint scheme. So what we're going to do first is get those two guys. Let's clear up that rock slide. More fuel. What is more fuel? More fuel is delivered to the... Oh. Okay. Could probably do that. Oh. Oh, that's easy enough, because we could... Oh man, there's all kinds of stuff we can do out there. Little tiny reverse lights. Alright. It's probably for the best that they don't allow people to design paint schemes for these trucks, and that they are very cookie cutter. You'll have like just a handful of trucks that have a special graphical design. So you don't have people running around with like giant dicks emblazoned upon the hood. I mean, unless that's your preference, that's, you know, fine by me. I have no issue with that, but, you know, certain other people may, as you're as you're trying to haul a load of you know, wooden planks. There you go with your your penis mobile. It's not the Western White Star, it's the, you know, the penis White Star. Alright, drainage. That is the one where you have to go visit 3 different drainage pumps. One of them is by the C-70 that's in the muck and mud. Oh, he didn't even get this one. One is by the farm field, and one is up in the middle of the swamp on the way to Smithville Dam. Yeah, jeez. This map is ripe with opportunity. Gonna do all kinds of stuff. And that guy's just blipping along, doing his thing, completing contracts. Kind of waiting for like a Lovecraftian mist to come rolling across the water. And then, like, giant tentacled creatures to come out of it. Giant prehistoric blood-sucking mosquitoes the size of St. Bernards. Skittering spiders the size of your grandmother's labradoodle. Is that how you really want to go out? Just get taken out by a spider the size of a canine. And that a very large cat, one or the other. Which, I mean, when you really think about it, how on earth does an exoskeleton support such a large, gutsy structure? Alright, what's going on here? I mean, that's why you don't see crabs and lobsters that are the size of creatures and animals. Unload the stuff. Why can we not unload the stuff? Oh, there we go. And yet again, one of the other issues of a multiplayer game is weird stuff like that. Which also, strange issues manifest itself in attempting to fuel up vehicles and not being able to put all the fuel in them. That's just a colossal pain in the butt. Yeah, how thick would the exoskeleton have to be on, say, a spider the size of like a, you know, like a pug, like a very large, robust pug. Not that I really like pugs in general. They're weird because their nose is jammed in and their butthole is jammed out. Okay, so that's done. So we cleared that path. Now, why don't we go fix this bridge real quick? Let's go fix that bridge, and we can do it in something about... Oh yeah, see, there's one of those other obnoxious custom graphics on the Taiga. See, it's a tiger on the Taiga. Funny. No, it's not. What do we want to use? Because really, all we have to do is just kind of... Oh, you know what? Let's see if we don't tip over in the ANK. This thing's fun. I believe you get this truck with mud tires. You can't change any of the frame add-ons, so that sideboard bed that is on that vehicle is permanently part of that vehicle. You can't put a flatbed, you can't put a crane, you can't even remove everything completely. This is a fun truck. It is slightly limited by its appetite for fuel, and it only has a 200-liter tank. Although, funny side note, the Azov 5319 is also a similar truck that has all-wheel drive and diff locks always on, and has a 200-liter fuel tank, but it seems to get more out of it. And this has a weird noise that it kind of hums right along with. Can't get going too fast down this road either because it sort of wants to kick the back end out. And this is actually a really decent truck that you can get early on, because all you have to do is drive to Pedro Bay and get it. Granted, it's under some snow, but where there's a will, there's a way. I really did like The Mist. Frank Darabont, yeah. Frank Darabont directed that one, I believe, starring Thomas Jane. And it's got a lot of the Stephen King regulars. Like, if your thing is showing up in Stephen King movies, even for bit parts, and you maybe die early on, why not? I mean, Stephen King, man. Although, I have to say, some of King's better work is his short stories. And he did one that was kind of like an homage to H.P. Lovecraft, and it was Crouch End, I think. I think that's the name of it, Crouch End. Or it could be Hobbs End, or something weird like that. But it is very Lovecraftian in nature, and actually a really good short story. They adapted it for television in a series entitled Nightmares and Dreamscapes, which I believe is the book that it is found in. If you missed that on TV, they made a DVD, like a special edition DVD, and it was unbelievably good. The whole series, you know, anthology style horror is just, it's kind of like the John Carpenter's Body Bags, or Tales from the Hood. Just a really fantastic, solid anthology series of horror. John Carpenter's Body Bags, that was another really, really good one. And that came up in the topic of conversation last night, I think, where one Mark Hamill appears in a segment, and he has somebody else's, like, he loses his sight, and then he gets an eye transplant, and then he starts seeing weird stuff, which, I mean, that's another, then that was adapted to, like, a movie with Jessica Alba, kind of the same idea. Oh yeah, making stuff. Well, unlucky fisherman, what are we going to do with you? I'm going to take that CK-1500 and deliver it to the fisherman's house right there. So, seeing as how we're like right here, why don't we give that a go? And because it is not our game, we are not the host of this game, we can't sell these trailers back. Oh, material orders. Let's keep forwarding. Material orders. Ooh. You know what? I'm right here. I'm gonna do that. I don't know. Is this guy even on this map? Oh, he moved to Smithville Dam. There he is. I do like the ANK because it is a very quick truck, and you gotta be kind of careful because the suspension is very squishy. Go around this way. I also like the giant diesel stack I put on the thing, so just it's more appropriate when I just start rolling coal. And the giant plume of digital hate raises skywards. Ah, concrete slab. Oh, wait a minute. I have a trailer. That is exactly what I have and what I can use. So I'm gonna go do that. Hopefully the other guy doesn't make it here before I kind of... Oh! Bouncy, bouncy. Okay. Alright, let's go get this done. So we need... So the funny thing about material orders is the last one that you have to deliver to the quarry, the metal beams, the warehouse is kind of to the north, and it's sort of a pain in the butt to get to because it's up that winding mountain road. And there are some shortcuts that go up there, but sometimes it's just kind of worth going to Black River, to the town warehouse, which is very close to outside of the the map transition. Okay, so concrete slab. Concrete slab. Now we're in business. Now we just have to not tip over and lose the load. Which this truck is very good at doing. I still have to watch The Color Out of Space, the Nicolas Cage one, which looks fantastic. I did catch him in Mandy, which holy moly. If you've not seen Mandy and you're a Nicolas Cage fan, it's a hell of a movie. That movie is something else entirely. And it's very difficult to really kind of describe and put like a definable, you know, series of words around it that kind of do it justice. But, yeah, Mandy is a hell of a movie. But The Color Out of Space was directed by Richard Stanley, who there is a giant documentary about him and his quote-unquote failed attempt at directing The Island of Dr. Moreau. The one with Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando, and just how ridiculously out of control that entire movie actually became. So That documentary is entirely worth watching. It's hysterical in the types of crazy crap that actually ended up happening. So Richard Stanley, when he was fired from the movie, or fired or he quit, he got to a point where he sort of snapped and ended up living in the woods while the movie was being filmed. But then he actually came back on set and made it onto the set dressed as one of the animal extras. So he had to wear a mask to get back into the film that he was fired from. And the whole thing is nuts. Marlon Brando's a psycho. Val Kilmer's just a pompous egomaniac. Although Val Kilmer nowadays, man, oh man, that guy looks pretty messed up. But then again, I guess that's what cancer does to you. I'm not even sure what kind of cancer he's got. He's... Oy. Okay. Let's get rid of those guys. Alright. So 2 consumables. This truck only has 58 liters of fuel left. We're going to detach that trailer, recover this truck. Is this guy... Okay, this guy must be getting the... Yeah. So he's probably getting that. So what I will do is I will get these metal beams. And what truck do we want to use to do that? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit and go back to previous town. You know what? Let's live a little. Let's take the twin steer. Oh, we got this twin steer. I have 2 different twin steers. They're both identical. This one has the giant hater pipes for the exhaust system. And the other one has the really cool kind of out-rolled chrome jobbies with the heat shields with the lights on them and everything. But I was watching a YouTube video about the difficulties in how hard it is to make a movie about, well, basically because Lovecraft's work is described as cosmic horror. And this short little YouTube video went on to describe just what some of the issues are in making cosmic horror. And it's a lot more internal feelings and sensations, because in cosmic horror things are very difficult to define and describe. And the idea that Lovecraft always put forward was that the mind, the human mind, has kind of a natural limitation to it, because if it is exposed to certain things that it is not designed to understand, the human mind basically begins to unravel quite quickly. And then you wind up like, perfect example, Sam Neill in the movie theater in John Carpenter's movie there, In the Mouth of Madness, just cackling maniacally at a movie screen, going total banana pants. Yeah. So that's very difficult to convey in a modern movie, and especially considering where we've been force-fed so many movies about, you know, action megastars or comic book superheroes, where we can watch all the pop and the flash and the you know, the glitter and the glitz and the, you know, dramatization of all of the cool stuff. Yeah, sure, there are places for Captain America and Aquaman and, you know, all of that stuff. But, man, I'll tell you, Lovecraft's concept of cosmic horror, it's pretty neat. Well, insofar as, like, he brought a lot of stuff to fiction, and unfortunately, he was also a gigantic, colossal, horrible racist. Well, you know, unfortunately for us, because that it's it's yet another one of those elements that are so kind of entwined with one another, which is just, yeah, the dude was a shitty dude. Lovecraft, shitty dude, and I will absolutely say that. The fiction that he put forward was something completely different for its time and created an entire genre of horror and fiction. So the nice thing is there are plenty of other writers who are not giant, horrible, screaming racists who have taken the source material, put their own spin upon it. I mean, just look at HBO's Lovecraft Country. If you watch that, holy Jesus. Ugh. That is, you know, when you really get right down to it, what's more horrible? The giant multi-eyed monster that bites men in half, or the terrifying racists and white supremacists and, you know, institutionalized racism? I guess that's the day and age that we're living in, where we can truly finally learn as a collective species, and hopefully with that learning and understanding we can kind of move forward and maybe not have writers again like Lovecraft who were horrible goddamn racists. Man, Sam Neill in The Mouth of Madness, that's a great movie. Great movie. And that is very cosmic horror. I don't think I've seen that in a while. Kind of feeling like I need a rewatch. Maybe I'll have to find where I can rewatch that movie. So, slight side note. Unfortunately, I had hopped on the Doug Bradley website. Doug Bradley, the individual who plays Pinhead from the Hellraiser series, originally based upon the novella written by Clive Barker, The Hellbound Heart. His web store had a group photo of all of the Cenobites from the original movie, and it was signed by all of them. It does not appear that they are, or that particular photo is available on... Oh god, I have to deliver this to the quarry? Crap! Yeah, it doesn't look like that photo is available on the website anymore. Which is a shame, because apparently I sat on my hands a little bit too long before I wanted to sort of pull the trigger and pick it up. That is another very interesting series. Well, some of them better than others. Hellraiser 1 and 2, phenomenal. The first one definitely establishes a whole new world for evil to exist in, for its fiction. And as the movies went on, the backstory is more established, things are clarified more, but sometimes it's just better when there is no explanation. It's kind of like Jeepers Creepers. The Creeper? Oof. So sorry, Justin Long. You meet an unfortunate end in a lot of strange films. And I like Justin Long as an actor. He's actually really fun. Shows up in Dodgeball. Because if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Where's this guy? Consumables to the preacher's house, which is over there. Sheesh. I guess he wasn't doing that one. Maybe I will have to do that one for him. So, what I really didn't think about was where these metal beams were going, which was to the bottom of the quarry, which this truck is entirely not designed to kind of navigate. This truck isn't designed to navigate anything, really. It is the most poorly thought out design for this game, like, ever. But they balance it out by making it one of the strongest, most powerful, fastest trucks. And if you go to Alaska, to the runway in Northport, you can effectively play like lawn darts with the twin steer. Alright, see, we have a 90-degree corner here that we can barely even get around. So I really kind of hope that I can, in fact, make it in and out of the quarry. I'm also slightly worried about the entrance ramp off the main road down into the quarry. That may be an issue. We may be coming back here with a crane truck. And I don't think I can use the small lift arm crane. I have to use like a big crane because metal beams are heavy. Alright, so problem number 1. Okay. Alright, so we did that. Park there. Which way do we want to try to... I think if I go... Yeah, okay. So if I go to the right... And I can't even really get around, like I can't go to that one on the left there and sort of just, you know, take the shortcut down, because that kind of jogs around. Although, if... Oh, what are you doing? If I kind of come in from a different angle... This has the potential to save some time or get really, really bad. Let's see how bad it can get. Oh. Don't even tell me that actually worked. Well then, that went smoother than I had thought. Yeah. And now I'm beginning to think it might be easier if I just recover from here, go back to the garage, and then hit the farmhouse, and then the preacher's house. Maybe not with this truck. Although I could make it more fun and exciting with this truck. Because where was the preacher's house? Isn't that over by the gas station? Yeah, it's over by the gas station, so that's actually super easy to... Oh, yeah, we can totally do that. Oh. That we can't do. Okay. So... This is where we're going to kind of go down to the lower level of the quarry. Oh, nope, nope, nope. How are we going to, We're gonna do it this way? We're gonna do it the, No way. Alright, okay. We're good. We're good. Alright. So... what's the best way out of here? You know what? No. I'm not going to press my luck and fight that one. I don't know what this dude is doing over here. He's mucking about with something. So I'm going to go get me some consumables and deliver them to the preacher's house. Because I'm that kind of guy. I'm the guy that delivers consumables to the preacher's house. Whatever kind of human person does that. I don't know. We can make it happen. Here at Storm of Iron Trucking. Trucking and Transport. It's got a nice ring to it. Also, I'm really excited for the new downloadable content trucks. Because there's apparently a Caterpillar that is larger than anything in the game so far. Granted, I don't know how it stacks up against this twin steer, but even the Caterpillar 745C is a huge truck with massive tires. So I'm very interested to see just how this all kind of plays out. I've been intentionally avoiding any kind of, like, maps or, you know, hey, this is what this game looks like, and this is all the stuff you're going to do, and this is where you find everything kind of previews. Because I kind of want to go in, like, other than knowing that, because it's in the advertising material for Saber Interactive, the game's creator. The fact that that stuff's in their forums and stuff like that, they're all like, hey, this is the new map in this location, and these are the trucks you get. This is kind of what you got to do. Man, this guy didn't like collecting any tasks. I wonder if that corn's any good. I can go for some popcorn. I love popcorn. I think I still have a lot of popcorn. Maybe I'll make some popcorn later. Can't even go to the movie theater and watch a movie and get a giant bucket of popcorn. It's kind of a bummer. Funny enough, there's pumpkins back there. And there is actually a trophy for smashing something in the neighborhood of 400 or 500 pumpkins. Which, I don't know what it is actually. We'll keep going. It's inconsequential, because I already have the trophy, so it really doesn't matter. I guess now, from here, I should start trying to figure out what truck I want to take to do the other things. Because I can do the hungry workers, that'll bring me out to the oil field, then I can transport the trailer to the island. Probably going to be funny when this guy goes to try to start doing this contract, and he's all like, hey, wait a minute. Oh. Alright, there we go. Don't need any of that tomfoolery. Because if I exceed a certain horizontal angle, all my cargo comes off, and that is not something we want to have happen, because then it just turns into an obnoxious pain. But yeah, what truck do I want to use to do some of that stuff? I mean, I guess I can use the Taiga, which would sort of make it pretty quick, or I can use the Dolphin. Not Dolphin, why am I calling it Dolphin? The Azov 5319. It's blue like a dolphin. Well, the dolphins are more gray. So there's that. I love this twin steer. This thing is awesome. It is comically oversized. We can put it that way. It's funny to think that this Saturday is Halloween, and here it is Wednesday. Oop, 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 don't do that. Get a little squirrely, got away from me. But yeah, today's Wednesday. Saturday is Halloween. Halloween basically does not exist anymore. Well, other than, you know, yes, okay, it's the 31st of October, and it is a day that is known as Halloween. But unfortunately for kids all over the place, they will not be going anywhere to knock on doors and obtain candy. Or at least anywhere around here, because, you know, that kind of crap happens. Alright. So that's done. Let's see if he activates anything else. Okay, so... Oh. Another guy jumped in. We'll do... Hungry workers, go out to there. Bring that across. He's on 5319. The Taiga. Ooh, which one do we want to use? We need 2 cargo slots, though. We got way too many trucks. Way too many trucks. So how about we... How about a Voron? Maybe Voron Grad? Voron Grad with... mud tires. With the switchable all-wheel drive and differential lock. And the nice thing about the Voron Grad is you can pretty much get all the tire configurations that you want to get as well. Where's that guy going? So if you want the big single giant mud tire in the back, or you want the dual, technically the dual rear wheel is slightly better. It's significantly more stable when you've got weight on the back of the truck, but we're not going to really be hauling anything that's sizable or heavy. I think there's a service trailer, and then it's just going to be 2 consumables. And me personally, I would like a truck full of quote-unquote consumables. I'm a snacker. I like snacks. Finished up a whole thing of Nutter Butter the other day. A big king-size package of them. And now there's some Oreos and some Chips Ahoy staring me right in the face. Although realistically, I could go for some pizza. I could really go for some pizza. I am a fan of Domino's deep dish. And it's like, spin the roulette wheel of toppings, and I am good with anything. Although, black olive with feta cheese makes it a little bit like a Mediterranean kind of. I mean, it needs a little bit more to it than that, but I mean, you can only get so far with you know, a Domino's pizza. But the only way to go with a Domino's pizza is deep dish. Some people say hand toss, but no. Pay a little bit extra for the deep dish. And what you really want to do is you get the coupon in the middle of the day. So you get a medium 2-topping pizza for $5.99 if you get a second, or at least minimum of a second additional menu item. Also for $5.99. So you can get another pizza, you can get a salad, you can get some pasta, you can get some cinnamon twists or some Parmesan bites. Which, oh my god, I love the Parmesan bites, and then you dip them in a little bit of ranch. That's the way to do it. Which way do we want to go? Hungry workers are right there. And we would just bang left. Cruise through some muck. I do have to hand it to whoever is the individual ratchet strapping down all of the cargo on these trucks, because it's such a uniform and really nicely done. Really good setup. All the cargo is all properly secured. Kudos to you, digital behind the scenes person. I like the Voron Grad also because it has a 330-liter fuel tank, and if you do not need the four-wheel drive and differential lock, you can turn off the four-wheel drive and differential lock. It's great for long excursions if you're going through several map transitions. It actually really works out quite well. Oops. Let's not lose it right here. Yeah, we won't go up that way. We'll go around here. I really hope they offer a better engine for the Dairy Longhorn. The 4520, the one with the rear steer. Took one through here one time, and it was miserable because you were towing a trailer, you thought the thing was doing actually really good, and you hit any kind of adverse landscape terrain feature, and it's awful. Well, somebody likes my activity. Although another activity that I would really like right about now is that consumption of 40 chicken nuggets. I got one of those once. And they give you like 2 large fries with it. So when you sit right down for it, you've got 40 chicken nuggets, you've got like a dozen sauce packets. Granted, I go with all barbecue because, you know what? I like barbecue sauce. Then they throw in 2 large fries, and then whatever else you want to kind of indulge in. Go over here. Drop off the food for the hungry workers. Say nothing about the hungry truck driver. That is me. Storm of Iron Trucking and Transport. There you go, buddy. What do we got here? We only have fuel here. I don't want to pick up fuel. Repair the truck. Activated. Oh. He's doing that one. Yeah, so he totally bypassed the repair trailer that you could use to repair the truck. So who knows what he's doing. I don't know what the guy's doing. He's just kind of... he's monkeying about over there. Okay. So I think this is going to be one of the final things that I'm going to do, because, hot damn, I've already spent an hour just kind of driving around accomplishing small little tasks and things. Okay, so this one show. What do I do that for? Show task, accept the task, start tracking the task. Curtain side trailer, you're all mine. So now we have to transport this bad boy. So this little area that we're going to cross here, you can actually use when you transport the, like, I think it's the coiled tubing or the giant drill rig or whatever the hell it is, from Drummond Island to here. And it's actually kind of neat. Or no, is it Island Lake? Oh no, you go... yeah, Drummond Island, you take the giant trailer that's this guy right here, and you have to transport it all the way through back to Smithville Dam, and then you pop out... where is it? Yeah, you pop out right here, and then you can either go down around all the way, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, around to here, or you pop out at the gateway, you come down here, and then you get across this, and it's kind of crazy. And it doesn't quite show it on the map. And you can't really see. The funny thing is you have to be right on top of this stuff to be able to kind of pull it off and see exactly where you're going. So we'll go here. This thing's a great truck. I really like the Voron Grad as like an all-around, solid, go-to type vehicle. There we go. So we do that one. And let's kind of carry on to this other side over here and see if we can actually make it across. So it's funny because the rock that's underneath the water really doesn't show itself until you're significantly closer to it. So in theory, it is doable, and I believe plenty of people have done it before, but it kind of pops you up at a weird spot as you try to cross here, and with the giant trailer, it's very difficult. Those big megastructure trailers have a handling characteristic all their own. Hello. Alright, what's this? So, deliver tool delivery. Deliver to the warehouse, you say? So I could, in theory, take this up and around, then down through there. Or I play it safe and I come down and around, and it just takes obnoxiously long. So, okay. So how about this will be my final hurrah. We get a half a tank of fuel, which actually isn't terrible. Oops. Damn it. There we go. That's obnoxious. Let's try to avoid some tree stumps again, because that was not healthy for the truck. This will also not be healthy for the truck. Alright, let's see how badly I can mess this up. Why it feels like something dragging here. So we can't make it through this little gap. I think this was a trail meant for more like a scout trailer and truck configuration. little light rock crawling through here. Ooh, somebody did No Country for Old Truck. They're going to get the twin steer. Oh, how I like the twin steer. It's just, it's overkill in so many different ways. Here? Is this a road? We can give it a shot. And there's another individual that joined the game. Alright, let's keep going here. Almost to the end. Ooh. Let's pull ourselves up. Maybe the trailer was hung up on something. Okay. That's exactly where I need to be going. The one right in front of me. Okay. There we go. The ability to attach a winch to certain points on the trailer is awesome. Alright. Oh yeah. What we're talking about. I don't know which way I'm going here. Bear to the right? Okay, and we've made it down back to the main road. And even without going at a very high rate of speed, managed to do some tire and suspension damage, which I don't believe that was called for. I am slightly miffed. And see, there it goes again. We're not even going that fast. Okay. Up into the warehouse. Boom. All right. Recover the truck, put it back in, and that's where we're going to wrap it for this evening. Thank you again for following along. Until next time.